are into the second half of 2024. And we always know that in order to win any type of game, that game is won in the second half. And so that's where we're at now. So I want to point here, want to pull up our presentation for tonight. And it's a very great session, man, that I have planned for you guys. And so we're just going to get right into it here. All right. Now, when we talk about this here, right? How do we actually want to navigate? How do we want to pivot? How do we want to execute? And how do we want to accelerate? That's what we're going to discuss tonight. All right. Now let's talk about this, guys. As we talk about comeback, now we want to talk about one of the greatest players of all time, right? Probably the greatest, right? Michael Jordan in itself here. And so I want to share here with you guys as far as when we look at as far as comebacks and how what does that look like? And so I want to show you guys just a small video clip here of MJ actually when he had his very last game and just kind of take you through this process, right? And so when we think about this right here, MJ is actually playing the Utah Jazz in game 6 of the NBA Finals here. And Michael Jordan is getting ready to actually win his sixth NBA championship here. So just a few minutes here. I want to play this here. Let's just kind of watch this here play out a little bit. Now, if you notice right here, the score is 85-86. The Utah Jazz is currently winning, and Michael Jordan has the ball right here. So let's watch this here and see how Jordan finish out his NBA career. So, guys, that's what I want to share here with you guys, right? So, when we talk about comebacks here, we actually see that the Chicago Bulls was actually down in this specific game right here. And so when we look at this here, we want to look at ourselves in regards to our second half, right? We want to be as far as the greatest version of ourselves of what we could be. And that's what Michael Jordan was. No matter what level, no matter who he's playing against, he was always a comeback type of player, right? So we want to be the actual best version of ourselves for the second half of the year. So when we go right here and we look at this even further here, we got some points here we're going to get into as far as what are some financial mindsets that we need to have in order to get to the win in the second half of the year. Now, guys, when we look at this right here, I want to remind you here, it only takes 3 to 5 of sacrifice, focus, and investing. And once you do this right here, it can actually set you up for the rest of your life. Actually, think about that. If you just take this time and what you've been soaking in and learn this financial education, in 3 years, it can actually change your life because now you're setting up systems, you setting up processes, and this financial education that we get here at the Let's Win Financial is going to propel you to set you up. And let's think about it for the second half of the year. If you take your first month right here in July, in August, if you take those 2 months right there and start implementing changes on things that you've done in the first versus the first half, you're actually going to set the tone for the second half of the year. And so on this, guys, on this race right here, we're in what you call a financial journey. So it's always when people sign up here for Let's Win Financial Community and they start financial education, they always start out inspired, right? Inspiration gets you started. And then the most important piece to this, right, is being committed when the market is down, when you're debt, when you're using credit cards and you feel like you're making your credit card payments and you feel like your credit card payment is not going down because a lot of it is going towards interest. When you feel like you get paid, all your money is going towards bills and you don't have enough money. When you feel like you don't have enough money going towards your savings account. When you feel like, it's Friday or it's Wednesday and you don't have enough money in your paycheck and you feel like you're robbing Peter to pay for Paul just to get Friday and live in the paycheck to paycheck cycle. That's when that commitment comes, right? When those challenges, when those adversities come to continue to keep going. And guys, discipline is the one that's actually going to help you finish the race. So I want you guys to write this down right here. I want you to be inspired. I want you to be committed. And I want you to be disciplined and have that financial mindset to where it's only going to take you 3 to 5 years of focus, sacrifice, and investing to help change not only your life, but your family life. And now, when we talk about this right here, do not let or do not let what you don't know stop you from being great. I want you guys to think about that. Most of us, to be honest with you, only 2 out of 5 people are financial literate. I want you guys to think about that. Only 2 out of 5 people in the world is financial literate. So how many times what you don't know stop you from entering into the promised land? And when we talk about the promised land, we're talking about the Israelites. When we talk about the Old Testament, and you think about that, the Israelites faced many trials and tribulations. And so when we talk about this here for a second, right? Those Israelites, who led them? Who led the Israelites in the beginning? Can anybody just take it off mute? And who led the Israelites in the beginning? Moses. And so the way I look at the Israelites is Moses led them in the first half and some into the second half as well. But actually, Joshua was actually led the Israelites into the promised land. And so when we think about this here and we go back here, right? Some of the people that you was with in the first half of the season, they ain't the ones that's going to actually help you win in the second half. So if you got people in your life that's actually not breathing life into you, you don't need to be around them. Not necessarily totally not be around them, but from a standpoint to where if they're not financially empowering you, you need to be around the right room and the right circle around others that's going to do that. All right. Now I'll be honest with you guys. I some of my best friends, I don't even talk to them about financial literacy. We was at the beach this weekend and they was talking about buying $250 helmets for their boys, for their kids, for tackle football. And to be honest with you guys, I'm thinking to myself, these guys don't even have $250 invested in these kids' college accounts, and now we're talking about $250 for tackle football. That's the mindset that we have that will cripple us because now we're spending money on things. Well, it's important, and I don't knock that buying the helmet, but why not also to right invest into our kids' future here? So when we talk about our mindset going into the actual second half, do not let what you don't know stop you from being great. That's why we're in this room. That's why we're in this circle. That's why we're in this community, especially in the Let's Win Financial community, help propel and help you grow from a financial standpoint. How many times have you ever actually like what you don't know like stop you? Like you actually like feed like your fears. And so when we think about this here, right? You have to have vision. And so when we go into the second half of the year, I want you guys to not be scared to take risks because it only take one risk taker to really change your family trajectory. To be able to say, you know what, I want Cassius, you're gonna be the trailblazer of your family. You're gonna be able to change your family. When I think about you, Derek, you're gonna be the one that actually be able to be the trailblazer in your family. And I think about the Loves and Lamoya, they're getting ready to pivot into a new season of their life from going from one location to the next location. And when I want you guys to do it, everything that you do, I want you to do it scared because when you do it scared, that means that you're not comfortable. And as you guys know, I say this a lot: comfortable and being able to say growth does not mix together. And so you got to be able to be a visionary. And when you be a visionary, then you start taking things into reality because now you start to execute. Now you start to pivot. And then in our particular case, we want to actually accelerate. So, guys, when we think about this here, we actually want to give our kids a leg up. So, from the decisions that we make here in the second half, it's going to not only benefit us, but it's actually going to benefit our kids. So, when we think about second half, what do we really want to do here, right? What have you saved? So, when we think about this here, right, let's talk about Christmas in July. All right, Christmas in July. Have anybody heard of that? Christmas in July? So, when we think about Christmas in July, Christmas is going to come up and it's going to be $1,000. It's going to be $1,500. It's going to be $2,000 of what we're spending. But now we got an opportunity. If we spend and if our budget is $1,000, we now could save 200 in July. We now could save 200 in August. We now could save 200 in September. We now could save 200 in October. We now could save 200 into November. That's $1,000 right there. So when I say Christmas in July, one of the financial mindsets that's going to be able to help us win financially in the second half is not just wait until the holidays to save for money. for Christmas and for the holidays is being able to actually do that right now by putting money to aside. And so that's one of the mindsets that what we want to have is how much are you actually spending? What have you spent? All right. What have you actually invested? We're going to be talking about that here towards the end of the session. What have you invested? How much have you actually spent? Man, if we went back and we look how many times we shopped at Chipotle, how many times we bought food at Chick-fil-A, how many times that we went out to McDonald's, how many times that we just spending just because and then have regrets when we get home. Fellas, how many times do we feel like we don't went out to a restaurant treating out a lady and she didn't work out and we like, man, you know what? That was a lot of money wasted and that was a lot of time. You know, all right. So yes, that's very important. That's very important for us to think about. Like, what are we actually spending our money on? All right. What happens if you don't get paid? Have y'all guys thought about that? If you don't get paid, we depend on his paycheck. All right. We depend heavily on our paychecks. But if you don't get paid, how many weeks in the second half of the year will you actually be able to make it? Think about that. If you don't get that, if you don't get that social security check, if something happened to the government, how you gonna be able to survive? Think about that. That's what we need to look at here in the second half of 2024. Then we go right here, guys, and this is one of the most important things here. We talk about these estate plans. When the last time you checked your beneficiary on your bank account? When the last time you checked your beneficiary on your retirement account? When the last time that you checked your beneficiary on your IRA, especially the ones that just now started? That's the most important thing, not just investing the money, but putting a beneficiary on there. Parents with kids, if you got your kids as beneficiary on your accounts are going to go in probate. Don't have a minor as a beneficiary on any of your accounts because it's straight going to go to probate. Another thing, too, guys, life insurance. Let's go and check our life insurance policies. I know we got it through our jobs. Generally, it's one times the salary of our jobs, but you got to ask yourself, is that enough? It's usually not enough because if you make $100,000 at your job and you got two young kids, you got three young kids, four young kids, $100,000 replacing your income may only last a year, 2 years, 3 years. So we want to make sure that we have enough life insurance. Now, when it comes to life insurance, we want to look at this and say, basically, you want to have 10 times your income. That is the goal for life insurance. So if you make $100,000 a year, you want to be able to have minimum, guys, minimum. We want to be able to have at least $1 million here. All right. Now, guys, when we talk about estate planning, I'm gonna tell you one thing that's gonna happen. There's two things that's certain in life. Well, really, three things that's certain in life. All right. I want you guys to write this down. There's three things certain in life. There's death, there's taxes, and the stock market gonna always keep going up. I want you guys to remember that. Death, taxes, and the stock market gonna continue to keep going up. But while we talk about death, right, I want to show you guys this one story right here, especially when we talk about estate planning here. So let me share this here with you guys. One of the members in the Let's Win Financial community shared this article here with me last night here. So you guys remember him, right? We all remember this guy right here, man. I mean, he played in a great movie here, right? With Rocky, man, through series of movies here, right? With Rocky. And so when we look at this guy right here, let's talk about this right here. The late Rocky star Carl Weathers family discovers six-figure sum in a safety deposit box. Now, this guy here, Mr. Weathers, God bless his soul, he just passed away. And when we see this right here, let's talk about this here. According to court documents, In Touch, Rocky Star had 800. When I read this, guys, I'll be honest with you, I was a little shocked. He had $870,000 in assets when he passed away. Now, this guy here was a Hollywood star, and I thought maybe, okay, look, he would have had more money than this, right? But that's still okay. But the one thing that was pretty interesting to me was this right here. Carl had two bank accounts. He had one at City National Bank. The first had about 40,000, the second had about 100,000. All right. But guys, here's one of the things here. I read this and I was like, wow. The filing said the actor has $664,585 in cash in a safe deposit box at a City National Bank. So, guys, he had $664,000 here sitting in cash. sitting in cash with total assets of $800,000, right? He in Hollywood, a Hollywood star. Guys, do y'all know with $664,000, do you know what you could have done with that or what he could have done with that? Not only just investing it, that's a whole nother level. But I'm gonna tell you what this guy right here could have did. I'm gonna go right over here to the Facebook page and I'm gonna share this here with you guys because we talked about this a little bit earlier. We talked about this here a little bit earlier in the week here. I thought I had it up here, but I want to share this here with you. I'm gonna stop sharing this here really quick. But guys, I early in the week told you guys about there's a cash management account in Fidelity. And now you can take your deposits that you have from your instead of you having a direct deposit at Bank of America and having all your money at Bank of America, now you can straight have all of your money, your direct deposits going over to Fidelity in the cash management account. Why would you want to do that, right? Now, what Fidelity does, as we know with Bank of America and like these other banks, they pay a minimum 0.01%. Now, this is not a savings account. This is really kind of like a checking account. They call it a cash management account. And so with this account here, it pays 4.96%. So you get direct deposited, you get money into your account, and you get a direct deposit. So let me share this here with you guys really quick. If we would took the same $664,000 right here, all right, and this guy right here would have just put this in Fidelity's cash management account, like a checking account. Guys, we talk about some serious cash that this guy could have been making on a monthly basis, but this guy had it in cash. So you can have a checking account, sit it right here in the SPACs with Fidelity, open up a cash management account, and you're going to get 4.96%. So when we talk about 4.96% on $664,000, I'm going to show you guys how much he would have made on a monthly basis. But with this cash management account, you also going to get a debit card. You're going to get free bill pay. You're going to have no monthly fees. I want you to go back and inventory your circle and watch this for the second half of your financial money mindset. How much are you paying in monthly fees in your bank account? You don't know because you don't check. You don't check. It's okay because guess what? I don't check either. But guess what? I'm starting to have a conversation here with my wife because she's been married to Bank of America. And that's who we have our direct deposit to. But I'm telling myself, if we're gonna have money just sitting in a checking account, which we don't have a lot of money sitting in a checking account, because I don't believe in money not working for me. My money either got to be in some type of investment accounts, or I'm gonna have a minimum account in a savings account. The rest of our money is locked up in investments. But I want to show you guys this here. If we take here $664,000 here, for instance, right? And we take this 4.96%. This is how much I'm gonna show you guys. This is how much this guy here would have been making on a monthly basis with 4.96 on $664,000, right? So this is how much this guy right here would have just been making a whole year, guys. Just having $664, $664,000 sitting in a cash management account with Fidelity. But if you divide this here by 12, this is how much he would have been making on a monthly basis. They would have been depositing $2,744 every single month into this account. But guys, y'all know what I just talked about a little bit earlier tonight? When what you don't know is what you don't know. And to be honest with you, we perish for lack of knowledge, especially us African Americans. We don't know what we don't know. So that's why it's important when you be around this right room in this right circle. When we talk about cash management accounts, you can get a 4.96%. You can do the same thing with your savings account. You can open up a brokerage account, put it right back into that SPACs, right? In a money market account through Fidelity and get 4.96% on your money. Get 4.96%. We just had a client earlier this week, had $150,000, just signed up. I told her, I said, hey, look, that money just sitting in the bank account. But let's go now and take this $150,000 right here and let's go and get the 4.96% and let's transfer it over there before July 1st. Because before you, as soon as you do it at the beginning of the month, now you're gonna get your full month pay on it. So by the end of July, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get that 4.96% on $150,000. It don't have to be 150, it could be $1,000, it could be $100. Ain't no minimum, ain't no maximum. So that's one of the things when we talk about this here, when we talk about estate planning, guys, make sure, right? we are not just leaving money like on the table. That guy, Carl Weathers, God bless his soul, but he left a lot of money on that table by having that money just sitting, that $664,000 just sitting there in the money market account or in the, I'm not money market account, the mailbox. All right. Guys, look at your life insurance. Is it whole life? Is it term? Now, guys, I'm gonna just say this right here. Your will and your trust. We gotta have that. We got to have the will and the trust. I share here with you guys also too. I'm just gonna go right back over here as well. There ain't no reason why by the end of the year that you guys should not have some type of will or trust. I'm gonna just tell you right now, you can go right up over here to Let's Win Financial Facebook page. And guys, whatever subject that y'all want to know about, you can go straight to this page right here. All right. And then once you go right here into the search button right here, you can go and find any particular topic. So I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna put in trust and wills. And we talked about here, right? Trust and wills, where you can get your trust and your will done on Trust and Wills website. All right. Trust and Will's website right here. You can go to it right here. And guys, it's going to give you a 50% off discount code. Literally 50% off. All right. You can go on this website, get your trust, get your will done before the end of the year. And it's going to give you 50% off. Why is this important? Because most of you guys right here are homeowners. And if you don't have a trust, go into probate when you pass away. If Carl Weathers, the guy that I just showed you, had a $664,000, if he had a house and he didn't have a trust, guess what? His family gonna be fighting over the estate because that estate, which everything that you have when you pass away, it goes into a state. And if you don't have a trust set up, it's gonna go straight into a probate. So when you think about it, if you got an asset, let's protect it. And I'm showing you guys right there, go on the Let's Win Financial page, Facebook page, search Trust and Wills, go to the website. That link right there is going to give you 50% off. You've got attorneys working with you. It does it in every state. Go and make it happen and get it done. There is no reason, shape, or form where we should not be having some type of trust done. Because, guys, you can only have a will, and a will is only good enough for your house to still go to probate. So, to be honest with you, a will just only shortens up the time for you and your trust, but it's still going to go to probate. So when we think about this here, right, preparing ourselves financially for the second half of the year, we want to keep going on and we want to keep looking at this here and saying, okay, look, what are some other things that we need to do? If you get incapacitated and if you can't make decisions on your behalf, power of attorney, somebody able to still pay your bills to while you sick on sick and can't pay your bills or make decisions on your behalf, or if you incapacitated and somebody need to make some health decisions on your behalf, this is what the health surrogate is for. So, guys, when we talk about this here second half check-in, right? If you got a kid this summer, right, that's making some money, that's working at a Publix, that's doing some summer jobs, they have what you call earned income. There ain't no reason if you got a job, there ain't no reason why you should not have a Roth IRA account. It should be mandatory. And if you ain't contributing to your Roth IRA account, you're doing yourself a disservice to not only you but to your family. You're doing a serious disservice to yourself. Now, if you ain't working, you can't have a Roth IRA. If you retired and you don't have a job, you can't have a Roth IRA. But if you working, there ain't no reason why you should not have a Roth IRA account. And one big misconception on a Roth IRA is not all of your money is locked into a Roth IRA until you turn 59 and a half. I want you guys to understand this. Only your profit is. So if you put $10,000 into your Roth IRA account and you don't had it over, say, 2 years, and now the Roth IRA has grown to 5,000, I mean to 15,000 because your profit is 5,000, you can take that $10,000 out. You can take out your investment contributions, that $10,000 at any time for whatever reason without penalties. Most people don't understand that. They say, well, Sherwin, I don't want to wait till 59 and a half to take money out my investment accounts. With a Roth IRA, you can. So when you're on TikTok and when you're on Instagram and when you hear you can't take money out your IRAs or your 401k, and that's why you want to sign up for this whole life and not get a Roth IRA account and a whole life policy is better because now you could borrow from your cash value. It's baloney, a bunch of bull crap. Because you know what? You ask the first person on there if they really understand what a Roth IRA is, they really don't know. They don't know. So that's one important thing here, right? It's a powerful wealth building tool, which is a Roth IRA. You got a kid that's working, they have earned income. They can sign up for a Roth IRA. You should have a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is the reported for that is that money now is growing tax free. Imagine if Carl Weather, the guy that we used an example here, right? The money that he made from the movies, and now he would took some of that $664,000 in each year. The government ain't gonna let you put any maximum amount that you want. It's a certain amount for each year that you can put money into your Roth IRA. I have it right here. Let's go right in here to it. Here's the reason why the government do this. The government put a limitation on how much you can put into your Roth IRA. It's because that this money now is growing tax free. So if you're under the age of 50, you could put $7,000. If you're over the age of 50, you can put in $8,000. Guys, you can start out with Fidelity. I don't care, man. You don't have to have a lot of money to invest these days. $25 a week, $50 a week, $75 a week. Guys, there should be every single week that you should be putting money into account. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're gonna spend $25 at Chipotle. You're gonna spend $25 at Chick-fil-A. You're gonna spend $25 eating out. You're gonna spend $25 shopping. You're gonna spend $25 getting your nails done. You're gonna spend $25 getting your eyelashes done. You're gonna spend $25 or more getting your hair done. You're gonna spend $25 getting your hair cut. Why not pay yourself? Why not pay yourself? Why not? I told you guys today what we was gonna be talking about. Two companies that we use on an everyday basis hit an all-time high. Can anybody name these two companies I'm talking about? We use on an everyday basis. I want to get into two companies here really quick, and then we're gonna end this here. We're gonna do some drawings. Two companies I talked about today that hit an all-time high. Just unmute and give me at least one or
Was it
two.
Apple and Amazon?
Apple and Amazon.
Yeah.
Apple and Amazon. Guys, I'm gonna just tell you this right here. Apple and Amazon. Apple and Amazon, them two companies right there, they've been really laggards when it comes to how the stock has been performing. All right. But let me just tell you this right here. Let me just say this right here. The dealers, the dealer hunts, guess what? You got an Amazon Prime account. The Baileys, you have an Amazon Prime account. Jeff Clayton, you got an Amazon Prime account. Ben, you got a Amazon Prime account. Sherman, you got a Amazon Prime account. And 90% of the people that's on this particular call right about now actually got an Apple iPhone. 90% of the people on this call right now actually got a Apple iPad. 90% of the people that's on this call right now got Apple AirPods. 90% of the people on this call right now got a MacBook. That's right. And guess what? 100% of the people on this call right here on July 15th, 16th, and 17th, I don't know if it's 3 days or 2 days, but I think it's the 16th and the 17th. Guess what? Somebody in your family gonna be going on Amazon website and buying product for Amazon Prime Day. That's right. That's right. So when we talk about the second half of 2024, there's going to be two companies that I'm very high on when it comes to investing your money. That's going to be Apple and it's going to be Amazon. And I'm going to give you a primary reason why. It's on two letters: artificial intelligence. I want you to write this down. Amazon and Apple have been laggards really the last 2 years when it comes to their stock performances. But guys, let's talk about Amazon here really quick. Amazon ain't just about going on there on Amazon Prime Day. Amazon has this thing called Amazon Web Services, AWS. With artificial intelligence and companies like NVIDIA, they need a platform, a cloud platform for artificial intelligence to sit on. Oh man, what better way is it that Amazon have this AWS? It's a cloud-based system. If you go and look at Amazon, that's really, guys, the second biggest reason how they make money is through the AWS, through this cloud system here. And guys, right now, Amazon stock price is at $200 per share. In the second half of this year, just in this last week, Amazon share price is over 5%. The reason why I like Amazon to be a top company to invest in the second half of the year is because artificial intelligence companies need where the cloud base needs to sit on, which is the AI system. All right. It's very big. When you think about Apple, guys, Apple has really been a laggard when it comes to stock performance. But guess what? Apple just announced in their future iPhones, they put in different artificial intelligence products into the new iPhones. That's right. And if you've been noticing over the last week, Apple stock has been doing really exceptional well and just kind of picking up. All right. It's just kind of been picking up. So, guys, here's the mindset that I want to give to you. You can either have a broke mindset or you can have a wealth mindset. You can have a broke mindset or wealth mindset because the decisions that you make and where you currently are is based off the decisions that you made years ago, months ago, weeks ago. It's about us if we want to do this. It's about us if we want to do this, guys, in the second half. Guys, the biggest thing for me is I want to see every single person on this call right here, every single person that's watching this on the Let's Win, every person that's going to go back and watch this on the Let's Win Financial YouTube page. I want to see you guys win in the second half because the thing that's holding us back from where we want to go is you right there at that door where the opportunity and the breakthrough is about to happen. But because our paychecks is not where it want to be, it's because we get stuck in our comfort zone or we get depressed when we don't feel like we have enough money or if we feel like our credit scores are not where they be want to be at, we get so depressed and now we go into emotional spending. And instead of taking 2 steps forward, we take 15 steps back. And now we put ourselves further into a hole. I want us, man, to think about this in the second half. I want our credit scores to increase. If your credit score is below 650 points, I want you to go and I want you to evaluate your shopping because your credit score is only going to increase is when your actually money that you have on your credit limits that you have and the amount that you have spending as far as your credit. If your credit limit is $10,000 and your credit score is below 600 points, that means that now you have actually probably have a credit or of probably about $9,000 that you have on that card. When that credit limit is 10,000 and your balance is 9,000, that means that you're using 90% of that card. And so what's going to happen is your credit score is continuously is going to go down because now you're using majority of your utilization. 30% of your credit score is your credit utilization. 35% of your credit score is based on the history. If you want to increase your credit score in the second half of 2024, you got to get your balances down on your credit cards. That means that whatever you got to do, if you got to do Uber, if you got to go walk a dog, if you got to go deliver pizzas, if you got to go online and do customer service, whatever you got to do, you better go get some extra money and get the credit card down because instead of paying Visa and MasterCard every single month, you need to be paying yourself. Oh, sure, when I don't have $600 a month to invest. Oh, sure, when I don't have $200 a month to invest. Oh, sure, when I don't have $100 a month to invest. I know you don't. Because when you go out there and spend it on the weekend, splurging, right? Trying to impress Johnny and Sally, we put the money on the credit card and now we paying them versus paying yourself, and then we get behind. That's what's happening. So we got to get to the point we want to increase our credit score in 2024. We got to get to the point where instead of when them credit balances come down, guess what's going to happen? Your utilization is going down. Your utilization on your credit should be no more than 30%. So if you got if you got $10,000 credit limit, you should have no more than $3,000 on that bill. If you got $1,000 credit limit, you should have no more than $300 on that credit card. So that should be your focus. Whatever credit card you got for 2024, going into the second half of the year, we want that credit limit to going down to at least 30%. And guys, let me just say this right here. It won't happen in 1 month. It won't happen in 2 months. It won't happen in 3 months. But guys, steadily work on progress. I had a guy, my frat brother, the other day, man. I was kind of sharing this guy here with you on the Let's Win Financial Group page. He had $3,800 sitting into a Roth IRA account. It don't make sense to have credit cards. He had 5 credit cards, and all of them was over 28% APR. It do not make sense to be putting money or have money in a Roth IRA account and you paying 28% APR on your credit cards. In his particular case, I told him, man, take all that money out that Roth IRA account and pay off two of those credit cards. Now, if you're in a situation where you got credit card debt and you in control of it, and it ain't really 28%, it might be 16%, 19%, and you got maybe 3,000, maybe 5,000, we should do both. We should invest and we should also pay off debt, right? Because guys, the one thing that what we do not get back in life, and the one thing that what you not will not get back in 2024, I can promise you this, you won't get it back, is time. And the more time that you have to put in towards income producing assets, the more that it's going to go to work for you. The more that we put things of liabilities that work against us, the more money that we're going to pay into it. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And so for us, we got to have that financial mindset to be get out the rat race. That's another thing. We're going to be we asset poor and cash rich. I want you to write that down. I will not be cash rich and asset poor in 2024. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I had a new gentleman that just signed up just last week. He had $150,000. He said he went and bought a $65,000 vehicle. And I don't know if he on this call, and I just wanted this to be a testimony. Out of $150,000, he went and bought that $65,000 car. That's a liability in cash. That's $65,000. You put that into that SPAX account, it's going to work for you. Because as soon as you drive that car off the car lot, it's going to go down in value. It's going to depreciate. And it looked good, but you know what? That's a prime example of being cash rich and asset poor. Because in this particular example, this is limited liabilities. I mean, it's limited assets for this particular individual. See, guys, and I was telling my dad this here. Us as African Americans, we pride ourselves on driving a vehicle. We're gonna drive a good vehicle, and we're gonna buy 60,000. We're gonna buy BMW. We're gonna drive a Mercedes. But we don't have what that car value is worth. We don't have that even in our retirement accounts, yet alone checking a savings account, because we spend our money on cars, jewelry, shoes. That's what we spend our money on. So we're cash rich and asset poor. What I mean by that, we get income. So we get into retirement, we living off Social Security, we living off pensions, and then we live off of 401k and we draw money from that 401k, and it's like limited because we may have $200,000 or we may have $300 max in our 401ks, and we're like drawing 5 to 6% off that. And then we're comfortable. And guys, to be honest with you, you don't have to have $10 million. You don't even have to have $1 million. You have to walk in your passion and do whatever you want to do. But what I want to do is I want to be able to help you to be able to say, instead of having $200,000 in retirement, I want to be able to help you have $1 million in retirement. Because it's one thing to actually make money, but it's another whole thing to multiply your money. And that's the problem. What we struggle with is we know how to make money. I give you a prime example now. I work a 9 to 5 job for the federal government, for the Army. And one of my streams of income is my what we call our thrift savings plan, which is a 401k for the federal government. If I put not one more dollar into my 401k plan, it would grow into $3 million by the time that I turn 62. I would take that $3 million and I will put it into an income producing fund. It's called PDI. I've shared that with you guys. It's paying 14% right now. That's going to give me $27,000 a month and still having principal access to that $3 million. See, those are the keys that's going to unlock the doors to be able to help us to know that I don't want to just live off a monthly income, but I want to be able to have my assets to be able to work for me. And then when I think about it, I'm walking today and I'm on a 10,000 step challenge for July to where I'm walking 10,000 steps per day, and I'm walking in my these houses in my neighborhood. And when I'm walking, guys, this is the weird part about me. And I'm just telling you, I'm getting into my zone now. I'm walking in my neighborhood. I'm thinking about generational wealth building. And I'm seeing these houses. And the weird part about me is I got this app. It's called HomeSnap. You can take it, take a picture of a house, and it's going to show you what it's worth and what the owner paid for it. I walked past this house today. This is how my mind works. This person bought this house in 2000 for $80,000. The year of 2000 for 2000, he paid 80. The house value today is worth $1.2 million. But he had the house since 2000 and we in 2024. So in order to have generational wealth, we got to be able to own assets for a generation. That's what I'm talking about. We got to be able to buy assets and hold on to them. I had this guy here show me today here. Four women. I'm gonna show you guys right here. Four women, four African American women. This is what they did right here. I'm gonna find it here for you guys. Four African American women. They bought an investment property several years ago. Several years ago. Four sisters. Matter of fact, I want to find this. And they getting ready to sell that investment property now for $2.2 million. Our problem of what we're lacking is we don't want to work together. We don't even want to work with family. We don't even want to buy assets. We more inclined to actually buy liabilities that actually make us look good than actually be good. That's what I don't understand that. I want to share this here with you guys. So the guy that actually did the live class for us, he shared this with me. All right. He shared this here with me. Check this out, guys. This is I saw this and this is pretty important here. 40 years ago, four women purchased an apartment building together in DC for $75,000. Now they plan to sell it for $2 million. Now, guys, I can just tell you this right here. They bought this for 40 years ago for $75,000. One thing that's guaranteed with this right here, this that apartment building is paid off. It's paid off. You got these four sisters right here. They came together, and it was four generations for 40 years that they held onto that property. Think about what you bought 20 years ago. Was it an asset or was it a liability? I can guarantee it was a liability because it ain't worth nothing. But the second half of 2024, the financial mindset that we need to have, I want you to think about everything that you continuously to buy in the second half of the year. Was it going to be an asset or is it going to be a liability? And if you hold on to it, how much is it going to be worth 40 years from now? How much is it going to be worth 30 years from now? I want you guys to look at everything that you buy, right? There's a price to it and there's a value. Oftentimes we look at the price, but we don't understand the value. Oftentimes it might be more expensive when you're looking at it from a price standpoint, but look at the value of it. What's the value of what you actually buying? Because I can go and tell you right about now that $60,000 BMW that you want 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I can guarantee you it ain't gonna be worth $60,000. But what I can tell you is you go and put $60,000 into Apple, or you put $500 a month into Amazon, or you put $500 a month into Microsoft, or you put $500 a month into Meta, which is Facebook, which is what the Let's Win Financial Group Facebook page is watching me on right about now. I can guarantee you that $500 is going to be a lot more than $500 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And when we get back to these women right here, right? You got four of them. Here's what's going to happen to them when they get ready to sell this right here. They're going to go ahead and they're going to split this right here. And each one of them, if they sell it for $2 million right here, they each gonna get $500,000 here. And guess what? They took a chance because they bought an apartment building. They weren't worried about what the tenants was gonna do. They didn't worry about if they was gonna get a phone call in the middle of the night. They took a chance. They was the trailblazers. They was the ones that set the trajectory to change their family last name into an asset. They were the ones that actually wanted more than life in itself. They were the ones that actually was thinking about their family future. They were the ones that was not in their comfort zone. They were the ones that got off from work and was just watching Netflix. They got together. I could tell that these women that they wanted more. So what's what they did? They pivoted, they executed, and then they accelerated. Now, what these women could have did to even scale up even more, they could have bought that apartment building as that value would have went up. I'm gonna tell you how the wealthy, I'm gonna tell you how the real estate investors how they do it. Because this is what I'm getting ready to do. They take the money out of the house and use it as the equity. And guess what they do? They go and start playing Monopoly. This house is $2 million if they decide that they don't want to sell it. They go and take they go and take 300,000 of that $2 million if they really want to continue to pass on generational wealth. They take $300,000 out of $2 million. They go buy another apartment building with the down payment of $300,000. They still got the same apartment building, but they now scaling up to even go buy more property with the money and assets they already got. See that BMW that you're going to buy, you can't do that. No, that dress that you're going to buy, the Louis Vuittons you want, that vacation you want, you can't do that. But when you got assets, that's what you can do. You can go and leverage, what you call leverage. These four women, they really want to scale up even more. And that's why it's important to be in the right room, in the right circle, so you can even pivot and accelerate. Interest rates getting ready to come down, guys, in the second half of 2024. You can go and buy a 30-year mortgage right about now for 7%. I can guarantee you by December, it still probably be high, around about 6.5%. But in 2025, this time next year, you're gonna be able to get a 30-year mortgage for easily 6%, maybe 5.5, if that. Interest rates getting ready to come down. And guess what? Are you preparing yourself in 2024 if you looking to maybe buy another home? Or are you ready to buy another investment property? Or are you saving up money? Because when you buy investment property, now you got to put 25% down. Or if you on this phone call and you want to be a first-time home buyer, are you having enough money for a down payment? Are you saving money every time you get paid? I ain't bought a house in 2 years and I'm itching. I'm itching. But it just ain't the right time for me to buy right about now with high interest rates. But when I'm ready to buy a home, my next home, because I have over $1 million, and I can easily say this, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to be afraid sometimes to say some of the stuff that I've planted, the seeds I've been planting. I'm gonna tell you why. Because sometimes, right, you could tell people, but sometimes you just have to show them. And that's a lot of times I'm on the Let's Win Financial Group here to show you. The next house that I buy, I'm not gonna use not one red cent of my own money. I'm gonna go and use the over $1 million I have in equity, and I'm gonna pull it from one of the other houses. I'm gonna go buy the next house. Because guess what? It's just what you call monopoly, guys. I don't get into what I want to make on a monthly basis. I don't get into I want to get a promotion at my job. I don't get into want to go a PhD degree. I don't want to go and get a master's degree. That ain't how I operate. But that ain't for everybody. How I operate is I want to scale up. I want to buy more Apple. I want to buy more Nvidia. I want to buy more Amazon. I want to buy more Microsoft. I want to buy for my kids. I want to go buy the next investment property. I want to go buy the next quadplex. But I want to do it at the right time and at the right place for the right money. Because now I can go and charge my tenants. I can scale up and increase my rents while my mortgage generally stays the same. But when inflation went up and property taxes, it did go up. But these ladies right here in this apartment building, not only not only will they make the $2 million when they sell it, but over the last 40 years, they've been making cash flow every single month. Guys, that's that rich mentality mindset that you got to have. You got to get out of that mindset of being able to pull stats on the NBA and argue with your friends who the greatest. And you don't even know what your credit score is. And you don't even know what your 401, what your job 401k match is. And we arguing over who the greatest between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. We don't even know what we spent last month. That's what's really important. We sitting over here arguing over Tatum new contract, all this money he making. We sitting talking about Michael Jordan, a billionaire now, looking at his net worth, and we don't even know our own net worth. We don't even know what net worth is. Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. That's what that is. We don't even want to look at our bank account until we actually get paid. We don't even try to check our mailbox because we know it's bills. We ain't even trying to answer our phone, especially when it's spam, because we know it's a bill collected. And we definitely ain't trying to check our credit score when we know it's down. But as long as you face that big bear and you ain't willing to attack that big bear still and will continue to fear and put fear into you. He gonna put fear into you. Man, there's people on this call, man, I know right about now, man, where there's so much potential for you in 2024. And I'm so excited to work with each and every one of you guys to help you scale up, to help you pay down that credit card debt. If you paying $800 a month in credit card debt and $600, $500 are going towards interest, I'm excited to help you get it out of that wave. I'm excited because my testimonies and my trials have helped me help you get out of that situation. Payday loans for me every Friday, today Tuesday. I know I'm getting paid on a Friday, and I know that when I get paid on Friday, I can't even go pay my bills because now I got to go down to the payday loan people just to get another payday loan just to pay the bills on a Friday. And I'm leaving $50 to myself to the next pay period. I can't go nowhere. I'm on noodles. I'm on spaghetti. I'm paying my little bills that I can pay. That's right. Yeah, yeah, that's right. If you don't know my story, that's right. That's right. That's why when I can sit here and tell you I could pull $1 million out of equity in my homes to go buy more homes. That's right. That's why I'm sitting to tell my story because I'm also telling my story. That's right. I'm sitting here on noodles. That's right. That's right. Guys, there ain't no limitations where you guys can go, but it start right here in the second half of 2024. It's about how much do you want? How much do you want? And for me, it ain't really about success. It's about the Let's Win financial community and the significance. You know my legacy, what I want my legacy to be? My legacy is for my family, but my legacy, I want to be when in my funeral, this is how I want to be spoken over. The amount of people that I was able to help to come from lack to abundance. That's what I want my legacy to be. Lack to abundance and scaling up. That's what I want. That's what I want, guys. I tell you guys this right here. Tim Tebow spoke about that. He had spoke about significance. He talked about significance over success, the impact that you have on other people's lives over your own personal success. That's why Let's Win Financial was created. Because I can sit here and I can be chilling, chilling. I can be telling you, looking on social media and watching everybody else and keeping these wealth gems. But that ain't what I'm doing. I'm here to feed you, not for today, not for tomorrow, not next month, not next year, but for a lifetime. You got to think about that. I want to feed you for a lifetime. So with that, guys, I am done because man, we have went long tonight. But I just told you guys, I got in my zone. But you got to think about it. How much do you really want to succeed? Do you want to succeed more than you want to breathe in 2024? I want you to think about that. Eric Thomas said that. Do you want to succeed more than you take a breath? My challenge for you in 2024 is whether you buy assets or liabilities. And if you do have liabilities, I want that debt to be coming down. I want that credit score to be increasing. I want those credit card balances to be going down. I want you to be able to have more income on a monthly basis. If you have to go get another job, that's totally fine. But when we get that money, man, here's another thing with the black people. What we feel like in order to make more money, we feel like we got to go work overtime. And I'm okay with that initially. But if you got money and you got money sitting on the sideline and it's in a savings account, and I got this from plenty African American people that's older. They'll have $80,000 sitting in a savings account. In a regular savings account, not a high yield savings account. I had a couple today I spoke to. They had $250,000 just sitting in a bank savings account with Bank of America. Getting ready to come back over to the United States. They made a lot of that $250,000 from the real estate sales of their properties that they had. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna take any questions here. You guys got any questions on anything that I've discussed, or just for the second half, just to kind of mentally prepare you guys? Um, we'll take any questions here. I'm sorry I was long, but I got into my element. Any questions here? Let's take some questions here.
Hey, what up, Sherwin? It's Jamal, man.
Jamal, what's going on, big brother?
Not much, man. Hey, you was cooking. Hey, but with the credit card, so I know you said pay it down, of course. I don't have a high credit card bill. But do you want to keep some sort of balance on there for utilization? Because isn't that part of your credit score as well? Having some sort of utilization or some type of movement going on with your credit card?
Yeah. Now, historically, what I found out is if you have a balance and you pay it off, and if that credit card company, they see that you ain't using it, then they will close it. That's the last thing that you want to happen because now all your credit history is gone. So yeah, Jamal, I
Okay.
would probably keep a small balance,
Okay.
10%, maybe 5%. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I could add to what he just asked Sherwin. Jamal, as long as you pay, like, let's say your bill is due on the 10th, as long as you pay your balance off by like the 8th or so, you don't have to carry a balance on your credit card. You just have to use it. You know what I mean? You just have to use it, but you don't have to actually let that balance show on there.
Okay.
As long as
Okay.
you're paying it off in full, it'll work better for you than don't not use it for 6 months. Most of them will start shutting it down at 6 months. So you don't want it to go past 6 months. But as long as you are using it, you use
Mhm.
it, you can pay your balance off in full so that it doesn't report that, there's a balance on it, then you'll be good.
Okay. Because that's what I usually do. I mean, I I use one. I have one for bills and one for my everyday stuff, and I pay them off, and I pay the balance to zero. But I can't think of the term right now. But I thought I read somewhere that no. I guess, like I said, no utilization, no actual use of the card, revolving credit. I guess it
Hmm.
kind of like goes against you. So, but I wasn't sure on that, so that's why should I leave something on it because I pay it off in full.
Yeah, if you want to leave like a few dollars on it, you can. But as far as like the card shutting down, like the creditors won't shut as long as you're using it
Hmm.
here and there. Like you don't even got to use it every month, but just don't go like a long-term period without using it.
Gotcha. Appreciate that.
Hmm.
Hey, appreciate you too, Lamoya, for stepping in. We got to get you on on here for Let's Win Financial for the credit specialist here.
No props, Sharon. So I have a question for you too as well, as far
Mhm.
as like buying. Like I feel like right now, like I was hoping that the interest rates would have dropped a little bit more by now. Are you thinking, and I know like everybody's like, okay, well, you could still buy it this time, which sure, that's what we're planning on doing. But I don't really know if I want to buy now to refinance in a few months. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still got to pay closing costs if you refinance.
Mhm.
So is it just wiser to just wait until like you actually see those interest rates go down from like, election and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could probably wait maybe till after the elections, but if you wait till next year, then now you in the rat race with everybody else that's looking to buy a house when interest rates are lower. And in that particular case, now you got more people that's looking at it. That's just going to drive prices up on the real estate. Uh
Right. The interest is going to go down, but the house price will go up, right?
Correct, correct. Now, Lamoy, one thing what I will recommend is potentially if you did buy now, look at potentially maybe buying down the rate. So even if the interest rate is high now, just
Mm-hmm.
maybe look at see how force the points and buying down that rate. And then
Mm-hmm.
that particular case, if it's 7%, maybe putting it down 6%. And then that will be able to help your monthly payments instead of 6%, 6%, 7% to 6%. That could potentially help. And if rates get down to say 4%, then that's really when it makes sense to refinance in that regard.
Right, right.
Mm.
Okay, cool.
Now, how
Thank
is
you,
that?
sir.
You guys got your house on the market. Any hits on that
Hmm.
yet?
Not yet. We're having an open house, not this weekend, but next weekend. And then we'll see how it goes. But we haven't had much hits on it right now.
Now, Lamoya, I mentioned this early in the call, though. You guys are walking into a season of growth. It might be uncomfortable, but hey, it's your season. So I like what you guys are doing because I know it's
Yeah.
it's kind of scared, but I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we're definitely tempted to just like, oh, let's keep our house and our 3% interest.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we're
absolutely,
just trusting God on that.
absolutely. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, one more question, two more questions, and then we're gonna do our Amazon gift card giveaways.
Hey, Sherman, it's Jeff.
Jeff, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, man, we're good, man. Quick question here. Everybody got their myths for when election time comes on stocks and, what to do, what not to do. Any, basic plans we should be going or applying towards our stocks or anything or investments getting ready for the election and anything?
Yeah, man. So for me, like I was saying, that I'm the two biggest companies that I'm high on for second half is going to be Amazon and Apple. Also, to Meta, as we know with the campaigns that's going to be picking up, guys. Also, too, I want to tell you about Eli Lilly. Watch out for Eli Lilly. It's our healthcare stock that we own. Continue to watch that, and so. Other than that, Jeff, I'll be honest with you. Our Mag 7, right? Magnificent 7, the technology companies, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Nvidia. Did I say Amazon? So those Magnificent 7, those are the ones that we really look for. And it's really going to continue to propel for the second half of the year. I like it because Jeff, you have it now. That's where your portfolio is kind of structured. So you'll be perfectly fine.
All right, I appreciate that, man.
Yep. So, guys, we can take one more question, but I want to share my screen here really quick because some people on here, I'm putting your names in because we're going to do random picks for the Amazon gift cards. If you don't perhaps to see your name or if I misspelled your name, I do apologize. But I don't have some people in it because your phone says iPhone or either iPad. So I don't know. I can't recognize who you are.
This Mike Sherwin. I'm iPhone.
Oh, Mike. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Mike J. All right, who else? Is iPhone. Well, you don't see your name, but just tell me so I can put it in the random picker here.
I'm iPhone.
What's that?
I'm Princess.
Oh, Princess. All right. Are you
Paige is
mixed up?
also on iPhone.
Who's this?
Paige.
Paige. Oh yeah, Miss Jackson. I got you. I got P Jackson right here. I can recognize you there.
Okay.
Latika Hotline.
iPhone.
Huh?
Latika iPhone.
Oh, Latika. Okay, I got you. Hey, yeah. Well, all right, Miss Latika. All right. All right. Who? Jarena? Who was that? All right. So, all right. If you don't see your name, just let me know. If not, we're gonna go ahead and do this random pick here. I know we got more. I don't recognize everybody's name. All right. So we're gonna go ahead here. We're gonna do the first. So guys, we're gonna do first $50 Amazon gift card here with the names that I have here. So if you don't see your name, final time, let me know. Uh we're gonna go ahead and do it here. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit submit. Now, I don't put my family on here either. So I got some family members on here. I haven't added, so I don't do family. But all right. So the first person here. All right. So it's going to be a $50 Amazon gift card here. So let's see here. Jeff Clayton. All right, good brother. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So Jeff got the first Amazon $50 gift card. And then the second Amazon gift card. So let me just write Jeff's name down here. So we got Jeff. All
Hey,
right.
Sherman, this is Jeff again.
Yeah.
Hey, my cousin Jamel Bell, he said he watching for YouTube.
Oh, you got to be on the live. You got to be on the live. You got to be on the live. So,
all right.
got to be on that live. So, all right, here we go. Second one here. $50 Amazon gift card. Let me see here. Demetrius. All right, Demetrius. The second one here. All right. Our third Amazon gift card and the final one here. Let's do this here. Scroll down here. All right. And the third and final one here. Lamoya. Oh man, Lamoya. I thought it was Latika for a minute. All right, Lamoya. Lamoya
Woo!
with the $50 Amazon gift card. So Jeff, Demetrius, and Lamoya, I will be tomorrow. I will be getting you guys email, sending you out the $50 Amazon gift card. So with that, let's win financial community. Thank you guys for continuing to invest into yourselves, not only for yourselves but your family. And so let's go and make second half of 2024 the best year yet. So with that, guys, be well, be blessed, and as always, let's continue to win. All right, guys, have a great night.